Waifus. Something that sparks many debates and whatnot, and I'm only going to fuel them even more. Today, by the title and the thumbnail of this video, you can already tell that this is a waifu analysis of none other than Ochaco Ururaka from My Hero Academia. And before the rating starts, 30 likes for a part 2. And also, before we start, we need to ask ourselves, what makes a good waifu? Some say it's looks, and others say it's personality. People argue about this all the time, and when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, everyone has their own personal tastes and fetishes, and that is what contributes to make up their own ideal waifu. So it would be impossible for one to rank a waifu on a universal scale. Despite that, since I am a mad lad, I am going to try and attempt to do it anyways. Let's freaking go. So to start it off, let's get this out of the way. Ochako's love for the main character is definitely an A+. She loves Deku, and it is very obvious she has feelings for him in the show, as there are moments that clearly show her emotions towards him as she thinks to herself about him. So that is an easy A+ that will annoy the shippers who put her with Bakugo, which is gross by the way, literally a terrible couple idea that would never work out. Now moving on to the next category, which is personality. B+. Let me explain why. Ochako is, I don't know, a typical schoolgirl character, or at least that's what you think. She gets nervous, she gets shy around her crush at times, but she also has a different side. A fierce side that she first displayed in her fight against Bakugo. Against Bakugo, she went all out and surprisingly put up an outstanding fight. And even though she lost in the end, she gained my respect for her efforts, and the B+ personality rating brings us to the next topic, which is her character arc. Her character arc throughout the story has been pretty great. After the fight with Bakugo, she joined Gunhead's pro hero training program thingamajig, even though he was more of a fighting hero than Uraraka was aiming to be. But she knew that she had to get tougher and more battle ready due to the battle with Bakugo and whatnot. And she did just that, learning how to fight from a pro hero who excelled at it. But for that, I'm going to give her a B, as she went from normal anime girl to anime woman who can fight and stand up for herself. Another dope part of a waifu's character is motivations. What pushes a character to move forward can be either really dumb or really respectable. In Ochako's case, it is respectable. No, it's not for her friends, nor is it for some righteous justice-related goal. It is because she wants that money. I think that would be fine by itself because, hey, who doesn't like money? But it's even more great when you realize it is because she didn't want her parents to have to work so hard, so she would get the money for them down the line. And that is why her motivation is to get paid the big bucks. Therefore, I'm going to give her an A- for the motivation, because that is pretty wholesome if you ask me. Moving on. So I am going to introduce a new measure of waifu status. It is called the Sakura scale. Because as we know, Sakura from Naruto is the most useless character in all of anime. So much that I am in fact working on a video called 5 Sakuras More Useful Than Naruto, so let me know if you want that. So here is how the scale works. Sakura is a whole F in the chat. So if the waifu in question is useless like Sakura, she will get an F. If she is super useful, she'll be higher up like an A. Uraraka in this case gets a B+ on the Sakura scale, as she is pretty useful to the plot, not only with her own arcs, but also by being a factor to the main character's motivation at times. Best example being the first season when her and Deku teamed up against Bakugo and Ida. Now it's been a while since I've ever watched My Hero Season 1, so I don't remember specifics, but I'm pretty sure she helped out in that fight. And she did help in the overall arc and other stuff, so yeah, I think she rightfully deserves that B+. I almost forgot to say this as it was supposed to be mentioned earlier, but an anime woman's looks are a big factor to their waifu-ness. I give Ochako a big fat A in the design department. She is fine. And I mean other stuff like her smile and hair. Moving on, another factor of waifu-ness is if I would notice if she was gone from the plot and replaced with someone else. A, if it would be very noticeable. F, if I wouldn't care. I think I would very much be mad if someone else took Ochako's place as the main girl for Deku, or just as a side character in general. For example, the Two Heroes movie did that with Melissa, and I thought she was okay, but definitely not waifu material. So, I give it an A grade for noticeability of goneness? And that is all the official categories. I might add more in a future video of a waifu analysis, but that's all I have for this first one. And now that we have all of the categories out of the way, it is time to calculate the final score. I'm going to get the average grade of the categories and morph it into Ochako's official waifuability rating. Hold up, let me do some math. At the B+, carry the A, and voila! Ochaco Ururaka's official Waifuability rating is an A-, an almost perfect waifu rating. This is amazing and very crazy because I did not expect that. But you know what? I did the math and it's an A-. That is it for today's waifu analysis. Let me know if you want more of these. 30 likes if you want a second one. And if this does get a sequel, I will put up a vote on Twitter to decide what the next waifu I rate shall be. This has been Eddie Hates Anime. Wicca.